A warm welcome to all the students. In this lecture, we are going to see how graphics programming can be done on applets using Abstract Window Toolkit. In the later chapters, we shall see Swing Architecture and Layout Manager in Java. As we have seen already in the previous lectures, that the paint method of applet, it uses an object of class called as graphics. So whenever we want to paint something on the canvas of the applet, the object of this graphics class, it helps us because it provides us with so many inbuilt methods. These are few of the methods that are frequently used whenever we are trying out 2D graphics on the applet. So you have a method called as clearRect, which erases a rectangular area of the canvas. You have copy area, that copies a rectangular area of the canvas to another area. Draw arc method, it draws a hollow arc. Draw line method helps you to draw a straight line. Draw oval helps you to draw an oval. Draw polygon helps you to draw a polygon. Draw rect helps you to draw a rectangle. Now these are the basic shapes. Apart from this, you can also draw a rounded rectangle. You can draw a string, that means you can put a text, you can display a text string. Then there are methods called as fill methods, which enable us to fill the shape with a particular color. So like we have draw arc, we have fill arc. Like we have draw oval, we have fill oval, fill polygon, fill rectangle, okay, fill rounded rectangle. So for all these draw methods, there is also fill method. Now these are few of the methods that we use for colors. For example, get color is a method used that retrieves the current drawing color. Get font retrieves the currently used font. Get font matrix retrieves the information about the current font. Set color sets the drawing color, and set font sets the font. So these are the most used methods in graphics class that a student uses while doing graphic programming, 2D graphic programming. Let's see each of this method in detail. Let's begin by seeing how to draw lines and rectangles. Okay. So to draw a line, there is a method called as drawLine, which takes 4 parameters. Now whenever we are talking about a line, there are basically 2 points, x1 y1 and x2 y2, and whenever we connect this point, okay, it forms a line. So as a result, okay, draw line, it takes 4 arguments, x1 y1, that is the first coordinate, first point, coordinate values of the first point, and x2 y2 coordinate values of the second point. This enables us to draw a line. Next we have a method called as drawRect, which is used to draw rectangle. Now this drawRect method, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters, whereas the first 2 parameters, it tells you what is the starting point, okay, what is the starting point x comma y for the rectangle to start. So this is that point x comma y. From this point onwards, the rectangle drawing will start. Now from this point, what should be the width of the rectangle, that is the next parameter, width parameter, and what should be the height of the rectangle is the next parameter. So drawRect takes 4 parameters. First 2, it depicts the point from which the drawing of the rectangle will start. So it is basically the top left point, this point here, and then the next 2 parameters specify width of the rectangle and the height of the rectangle respectively, right? So this is the draw rectangle method. Now once you draw a rectangle, there is also another method wherein you can fill the rectangle. Now draw rectangle will enable you to have a hollow rectangle, which will only have border. There won't be any color inside. So if you want to fill the rectangle, then there is another method called as fill rectangle, fill rect, which also takes the same parameters as draw rectangle, but before filling the rectangle, we should set the color that should be filled within the rectangular shape. So there is a method called as set color, g dot set color. Now how to specify the color? So in java.awt, apart from graphics class, there is another class that is called as color class, this class, right? Now this color class, it has many static fields. Each static field represents one color. So when I say color dot green, what I am doing is using the class name and dot operator, I am calling the static field which is green, which represents green color. So when I say g dot set color, color dot green, okay, the color is set to green. So immediately after that, when I say g dot fill rect, the rectangle which is whose parameters are specified here, this is x and y, this is the starting point, this is the width, this is the height. That rectangle will be drawn and it will be filled with the green color. That's the meaning of it. Okay, so this is fill rect. Notice that since color is a class, this C is capital C, right? So this is how rectangle can be drawn. Then we have also there are something called as rounded rectangles. Now rounded rectangle is a rectangle where the edges are not sharp, they have arcs, right? Now there is a method called as draw round rect. This draw round rect basically is used to draw the rounded rectangle. Now what are the parameters? Now first four parameters, x, y, width and height, it's same as the ones that we have considered for drawing a rectangle. Last two parameters are nothing but the width and height, okay, that we specify for the arc. So this is the height, this is the width, and with respect to the height and width, from here to here arc will be drawn, right? So that way we will have rounded corners. So this is width and height of the arc. Okay, similar to draw a round rectangle, we also have fill round rectangle, wherein the parameters are same, but only thing is that fill round rectangle will fill the rectangle with a particular color. So before this we need to specify the color. So this is how we can draw lines and rectangles. Okay, next we have how to draw circles and ellipses. Okay, now there is only one method that is available in graphics class, and that is called as draw oval. Now this draw oval method, it takes four parameters, x, y, width and height. Looking at this figure, we have a rectangle that is there outside. So whenever I say draw oval, the boundary of this oval will be the rectangle only. So this x and y will specify the top left corner or the point from which the rectangle will start. Okay, so and the width and height will specify the width of the oval and the height of the oval that will be drawn within this rectangle. So x comma y, it specifies this corner here, and with respect to this corner here, width and height will be specified, and according to these dimensions, a oval that is connected to the rectangle in this particular manner, four ways, 1, 2, 3, 4, four sides, this oval will be drawn, right? Similar to draw oval, you also have fill oval. Parameters are same, but only thing is that the oval will be filled. This will create hollow oval, this will create filled oval. Now the question is, if oval is the only method that is available, how do we draw circle? So what happens is, circle is a figure wherein this width and height, it is same, okay, because we have something called as a diameter, we have something called as a radius, and that radius is same throughout, and that's how it becomes a circle. So if width and height values you keep same, for example g dot fill oval x comma y and width comma height, if you say width and height both equal to 10, then you will see that a circle will be drawn. Okay, similarly g dot draw oval for fill oval as well as for draw oval, when you say width is equal to height, say 10, then you will see the circle will be drawn. Okay. Now, how to draw square? Because there is only one method for drawing rectangle. There is no method for drawing square. So what we will do is, here also for the draw rect method or for fill rect method, if the width is given equal to the height, if width and height values are assigned same, then obviously the rectangle will be converted to a square. So this is how we can draw square. Now, how to draw other shapes such as triangles? Now, let's say this is the applet screen, and as I have told you, on applet, top left point here, this becomes the origin 0, 0. And this is x, which gets increased as we go beyond this 0, 0 point, and this is y that gets increased as we go down from 0, 0 point. So let's say this is a triangle that we want to represent. So you can use this draw line method. So basically when you talk about a triangle or any polygon, okay, it is basically some points which are there, and these points are connected by drawing lines. So we can make the use of draw line method that we have studied. So to draw this particular triangle, we will use draw line method, and we will draw the first line x comma y, x comma y. So 50 comma 50, 30 comma 100. So we will say g dot draw line 50 comma 50, 30 comma 10. So this will draw this particular line. Then we will again call draw line method. Okay, this time we'll specify 30 comma 100, 70 comma 100. So 30 comma 100, 70 comma 100, which will draw this particular line. And finally we will say 50 comma 50, 70 comma 100. So this line will be drawn. They'll be connected together, and this is a simple way of how we can draw triangle. So using this draw line methods repeatedly, we can just go on joining different points, and this is how we can draw in general any polygons. But this particular method is not so much useful, because if there are many n number of points, it becomes difficult to again and again specify draw line method. Okay. Another better way is to use a method called as draw polygon. This draw polygon method is used to draw any of the 2D structure and any of the 2D figure like triangle, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, and just name it. Right? So how to draw polygons? Basically polygon is nothing but we have multiple vertices. So let's say x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4, x5, y5. When all these points are connected by lines, what you get is a polygon. Now since there are 5 points in this particular case, it becomes a pentagon, but it's a polygon only. Poly means many. The shape that has many vertices. Right? So this is the polygon. So to draw a polygon, what we can do is basically all the x coordinates here, you can come up with an array, integer array of all the x coordinates. For example, x1, x2, x3, x4, all can be put inside an array called as x coordinate array. Similarly, you can come up with an array for y coordinates. So all the y coordinates, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, all the y coordinates can be put inside one particular array called as y coordinates. And you require to know what are the total number of points or vertices which are present. So when you say x coordinates dot length, the length of this array will tell you how many points are there. So that will be stored in vertices. Now you can call draw polygon method, which takes 3 arguments. One, the array of x coordinates. Second, the array of y coordinates. And third, the total number of vertices value. So this is how polygon can be drawn. This is a code for drawing a polygon. Now similarly we have a fill polygon method. The code is same, only the thing is that this will fill the polygon internally with certain color. Now there is another way to draw polygon using a class called as polygon class. Okay, so for that again see, this is a paint method that I have, public void paint. G is the object of graphics class. We have an array of x coordinates of all the points which can be joined to make a polygon. We have an array of y coordinates of all the points that can be joined to form a polygon. This is same as what we have done earlier. And n specifies the total number of vertices. How will you get n? You just say x dot length. So length of this array will give you how many vertices are there, how many points are there. Okay. And then you can create, now polygon is a class. So you can create an object poly of class polygon, and you can supply these three arguments: one array of x coordinates, second array of y coordinates, third array of third is the total number of points, okay, or vertices. And then you can call this draw polygon method, and the object of the polygon class, that is poly, can be given as input to this draw polygon method. So this is just another way of drawing a polygon. Now polygon class is useful if we want to add points to polygon. Like I said, you can just suppose there are n number of points, all points can be joined together so as to form a polygon. Now if you want to have the same operation, then polygon class is useful. Now just see, this is a small code that I have shown you that uses a method called as add point. Add point will just add a point, okay, a coordinate. It will add a point, and then these points will be joined to form a polygon. So first I create object poly of class polygon. Then using this object I call add point method. I specify the first x comma y coordinate. Then again using the same object poly, I call add point method, and I add another point, okay, 120 comma 120. Then I add the third point 220 comma 20, and then I add the fourth point, that is 20 comma 20. So we have 4 points that we have specified, and then finally using draw polygon method, okay, we can pass this polygon that we have created as a parameter to it, the object poly as a parameter to it, and this will draw the polygon. The difference between this method and the previous method is, here every line you are actually adding one point on the canvas. So you can visualize this as, you are adding points on the canvas, and then this particular method called as draw polygon, it connects these points to form a polygon, right? So this is how the polygon can be drawn. Then we have draw arcs method. Now this draw arc method is slightly a tricky method. This enables you to draw arcs, right? Now in Java, a drawing arc is similar to first drawing a oval. So as this figure tells you, this is a oval, right? Now this draw arc method, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 parameters. Out of this, the first 4 parameters, they are same as the parameters that you give for the oval method, right? Now whenever we draw oval, first we specify what is x comma y. So this is the top left point of the rectangle that is surrounding the oval. So that is x comma y. Then we specify the width of that oval, we specify the height of the oval. So this is the first 4 parameters. So basically when you specify first 4 parameters, you are specifying that, okay, this is the oval. And now from this oval, you have to remove an arc. You have to remove a particular arc. Either it could be this part, or it could be this part, or it could be this part, it could be this part, or it could be this part. Now to remove a arc from that oval, okay, to select an arc from that oval, we use 2 other parameters. There is something called as start angle and something called as sweep angle. Now if you have clock at home, okay, this is 12 o'clock position, this is 3 o'clock position, this is 6 o'clock position, okay. So in this method, draw arc method, we consider the angles in anti-clockwise fashion. So this is 0 degree, this is 90 degree, this is 180 degree, this is 270 degree. So whenever we draw an arc, apart from these things, okay, we specify what is the start angle for the arc. Suppose I specify start angle at 0. That means I want to draw an arc starting from this particular angle position. And from here, what should be the sweep angle? Sweep angle means from here, okay, till which particular point you want the arc to be selected. So for example, here you can say, okay, if the start angle is say 90, okay, suppose this is the start angle, and if I specify sweep angle as 180, that means from here, sweep of 180 will take you here. So the arc that you are going to get, is this arc here. Okay, so first you specify what is x comma y, then you specify what is the width, what is the height. So that will actually internally create an oval for you, and now from that oval, last two parameters are going to select an arc from that full oval. So here we specify start angle. Suppose I specify start angle as 90 degree. Okay, so if I specify the start angle as 90 degree, then the arc will be selected from here, and then I specify this. Suppose this is 90 degree that I specified, so arc will be selected from here, and suppose the sweep angle I specify is 180 degree. It means from this point we have to sweep 180 degrees. So that takes you at this point. So if I ask you which arc, it will be this particular arc, this full arc. Fine, this full arc will be selected. Now similar to draw arc, there is also a method called as fill arc. Okay, parameters are same, only difference is the fill arc method is going to fill this particular arc with color. Now notice that when you are going to fill the arc with color, although this point and this point they are not joined, but while using fill arc method we will realize that the color will be filled here and this point and this point will be connected. So you will see a compact figure, a closed figure. So this entire arc, okay, D shape, inverse D shape will be filled with color. Okay. Now drawing arc in clockwise direction. Usually the arc is drawn in anti-clockwise direction. So this is 0 degree, 90 degree. Now arc can be also drawn in anti-clockwise fashion. Okay, so that happens when we specify the degrees in negative. For example, suppose x, y are same, width and height is same, and suppose you say start angle is 45 degrees. Suppose I say start angle is 45 degree. Now with respect to this 0 degree, 45 degree will be here. So this, okay, the starting point of the arc will be this. Fine. And the sweep angle that I specified, suppose minus 135 degrees. Now from here minus 135 will take you down in clockwise fashion. So from this 45 degrees minus 135 degree will take you to 270. So from here to here. So this part of arc will be selected. Okay. So the arc that will be selected will be this full arc. Similarly for fill arc also the same logic. So now let us create a new project. Choose Java application. Okay, then select the file location and make sure that you are not selecting this main class, create main class, because as we have seen applet does not have main method. So you have to uncheck this and say finish. Now under the source there is a default package, so you can right click here, say new Java package. So you give it a name and say finish, and now under this new package you say new applet. Okay, you can give whatever name you want and say finish. So as I have told you earlier also, NetBeans creates a code for you. Okay, so we are going to use this code. Okay, now a few things that you need to add. First, you say import java.awt. Now don't say .graphics, because there are so many other classes like font, color, all that you are going to use. So just say java.awt.star. Okay, and now again as I have told you, in init method you can set some color. So you can just say set background color, make sure C is capital, color dot your background can be black, and you can say set foreground color dot, foreground color can be something like CN. Okay, so that will without filling or whenever you call this fill method, it will be filled with this particular color. Now let's write our public void paint method, in which we will have our graphics object G, and let us write the code here. The very first thing that we are going to do is we are going to see how lines can be drawn. So I will just see G dot draw line. Draw line method, it takes 4 parameters. So if I say 10, comma 10, so 10 comma 10 is the first point, and let's say 50 comma 50 is the second point. Okay, save this code, right click and say run file. So that is going to run your applet. So you see your applet is ready, the background color is black, line has been drawn accordingly with the foreground color cyan. Okay, now so draw line is the first method. Second method that we saw is draw rectangle. So I'll say d dot draw rectangle, draw rect, x comma y. Now notice that 50 comma 50, so y value is 50. So if you don't want any overlap, then the value of y for rectangle should be more than 50. So the starting point x position will be 10, y position let's say 80, okay, comma the width of the rectangle is let's say 100 or 180, and the height of the rectangle is say 80. Fine. So G dot draw rectangle, this will draw the rectangle. You save it and you can run this again. So now you can see just below the line we have a rectangle that is drawn. Again see x value is same 10, however y value here is 80, 50 is this point here, and the rectangle starts at 80 here. Okay, so this is how we have drawn a rectangle. Now we can also fill rectangle. So let me set a different color. So I'll say G dot set color, and let's consider some other color. So color dot, let's say we select a green color, and now we will fill this rectangle. So we'll say G dot fill rectangle. Of course it will be a different rectangle that will be drawn. Okay, fill rectangle. Suppose the width here is 10 comma, okay, now just see 80 is the point, 816, so let's say 200, and the width is 100 and the height width is 100, the height is say 80. Run file. Okay, you can see here that now it has drawn a rectangle which is filled with green color. Okay, now if I make width and height same, 80 comma 80, I'll save this and I'll rerun the file. Then you will notice that it draws a square here. Fine, it draws a square. Next we have a method to draw rounded rectangle. So I'll say G dot draw rounded rectangle. Rounded rectangle also takes parameters. The first thing is the width. Okay, first thing is the x value, the y value. Now here just see the rectangles y value here is 200 plus 80, so 280 is already considered. So depth till 280 is considered, so here it should be more than 280, so say 300, Okay, width of this rounded rectangle is say again say 180. Height of this rounded rectangle is say 80. Okay, now width of see basically rounded rectangle you will have arcs on the corners. So the width of that particular arc is say 10, and say height of that particular arc is also 10. Okay, I'll save and I'll run this file. Okay, you can just drag this and you can see a nice rounded rectangle that is being printed. But this rounded rectangle is hollow. So if I can just change this draw rectangle to fill rectangle, fill rounded rectangle, if I do this, then you will be able to see that the rounded rectangle that we have drawn is filled. Now you can just increase the width here and here, width and height you can increase of those corner arcs, so that will give you more rounded figure. For example, I can just make this as 50. I can make this as 50 and I can run the file and you can see it's perfect rounded rectangle. Yes, so these are fill and round rectangle methods. Then we had also seen how to draw circles. Okay, so there is a draw oval method. Okay, so I'll just put this in comments. Let's draw circle. So I'll say draw oval. Okay, draw oval. Now when you specify oval, again it has x and y coordinates, say 10, 50. Okay, and width is say 200. Height is say 100. You can save this and you can run the file. So this is that oval that has been drawn. Fine. Now if I want to draw a circle, then what I can do is the width and height I can make it same. So instead of this 100, I'll make this as 200. Save it, and when I run this particular file again, you will see a nice circle that is drawn. Okay, a circle that is drawn. Now you can also basically you can just tweak these values and you can have concentric circles, you can have a shape within another shape, you can connect two shapes. All this will happen when you just change these values. Okay, and this is just trial and error method, the coordinate values, right? So if I just say instead of draw oval, if I say fill oval, it will fill that particular circle with a beautiful color. Yes. Next, okay, so draw oval, fill oval we have seen. Okay, we have also seen how to draw a circle. Then we will see how to draw other shapes. For example, triangle. If I want to draw a triangle, okay, so let's say, okay, let's say G dot draw line. I want to draw a triangle. So let me specify this. Okay, I will just set color here. I will just say G dot set color. I'll change the color. Let's say this color is yellow, and then I say draw line, and the first point that I will specify is say 20, say 30, and the second point that I can specify is or simple, I'll specify this point, say 10, 20, there will be overlap. Okay, and the second point is say 170, 40. Okay, G dot draw line. Then I'll say G dot draw line. Okay, the second line will be 10, 20. 10, 20. And the next point will be 80, 140. Yes, and third, G dot draw line. Third point will be 170, 40. I am drawing a triangle 170, 40 and 80, 140. Okay, so I save this and I run the file. There will be overlap with the circle. So you can see above the circle a triangle gets printed, right? It's a hollow triangle that gets printed. Now the problem with this method is when you use draw line, you can only come up with the hollow shapes. Okay, what if you want to have a shape that is filled with certain color? So instead of using draw line method again and again, okay, to connect the points and create a polygon, we have seen we can use draw polygon method. So what we will do is the same triangle we will draw, but now using draw polygon method. Now for a triangle, you see this is the whatever x coordinates which are there, we will put it under one array. So I will say int x coordinate. Now whatever are the x coordinate, for example, for it will be 10 and 170. So 10, 170. For the second line it is 10 and 80. 10, 80. And for the third line it is 170, 80. 170, 80. So this is my first array of x coordinates. Then int array of y coordinates. So for the first line it will be 20, 40. For the second line it will be 20, 140. And for the third line it will be 40, 140. So these are the y coordinates. Students, please note I am drawing the same triangle but not using draw line method, but using polygon method, draw polygon method. Now total number of vertices, so int total number of vertices is equal to x dot length. So whatever is the length of the coordinates, those many vertices will be there. And now I'll say G dot draw polygon. Okay, and it will take x, first parameter as x, second parameter as y, and third parameter as vertices. I save this and you will see the same triangle being created here. Now there are other methods of drawing polygon, so quickly we shall see those methods of drawing polygon. Okay, first thing is we are going to keep the same coordinates. We are going to keep the same coordinates of x and y. Okay. Now we are going to use the polygon class. Okay, so I'll say polygon P is equal to new polygon, and I will specify x, y and vertices. Fine. And then I will say G dot draw polygon. Okay, I'll say d dot draw polygon, and I will specify the object P, and let me run this and see. So you can see the polygon, that's a triangle that we have, okay, that gets printed. Okay, now polygon can be also drawn using a method called as add point. We can just go on adding points, okay, and we can draw polygon. So that also we will try. So for that we have, once you create a new polygon, you don't specify values to the constructor, okay, rather we will say P dot. So I will just remove this. I'll just remove this, and I'll say P dot add point, and you can specify the point. First point is 10, 170. So I have specified this point, the first point. Sorry. The first point is 10, 20, x1, y1. So it is 10, 20. The second point is 170, 40. 170, 40. Third point is 10, 20. 10, 20. Fourth point is P dot add point. Okay, 80, 140. 80, 140. Then fifth point is 170, 40. 170, 40. And last point is 80, 140. That's it. Okay, so these values, okay, instead of specifying the arrays this way, what we have done is these points x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, x4, y4, x5, y5, x6, y6. So these values have been specified by using add point method. So I don't require these arrays anymore. And okay, and finally I will, using these points, I will now draw the polygon. So I'll say G dot draw polygon. Okay, G dot draw polygon, and I will specify the object P. I save this. I try to run this code. So as you can see, the same polygon is getting printed, but this way, this is just another way using add point method. We shall now see how to come up with an applet to draw a human face. So we'll be using the method, that is draw arc method, which we have already seen. I will modify the same code here. So I will first set the background color to black, and I will set the foreground color to something like say blue, black, say orange. Okay, now in the paint method I need to draw oval first for the face. So I'll just say G dot draw oval. Okay, and draw oval method takes 4 parameters. Say the first coordinate is 40, 40. Okay, then 120 and 150. Okay, so I am drawing a oval. starting point is 40, 40, the width is 120, the height is 150. Okay, because I want to draw an ellipse. Now, if I do that, I run the file, what I will see is an ellipse that is drawn. So this will be the border of the human face. Fine. Now, so this is for the head. Right. Now next I will draw the left eye. Okay, so again see G dot draw oval. Okay, and the left eye, that will be within this particular oval, right? It should be within this oval. So let's say 57 comma 75. So this is x comma y coordinate. The width of the eye, it's say 30, and the height of the eye is say 20. Right, so this is basically eye. Okay, we will do this trial and error basis. If something is wrong, we will change the values. Right, so I'll run this file. So now you can see that you have the human face, that's a ellipse which is drawn, and now this is another one which we have drawn, specifying the human eye, the left eye. Okay, next so this is basically the left eye that we have. Now let's draw the right eye. So I will just say G dot draw oval. Okay, suppose this value is 110 because I want the right hand side. 110 comma 75. Again see, I am taking the same value 75 because both eyes should appear at the same level. So y value of both should be 75. For the left eye, the x value specified was 57 because eye should appear to the left of that oval face, and this is to the extreme right of the oval face. Again, width and height of the eye, it cannot change, so we will keep the same 30 comma 20. Yes, so this specifies the right eye. Okay, I'll save this and try to run. Yes, so you have the face, you have left and the right eye. Let's continue. Now eyes, they have pupils, so let's draw the left pupil. Now here you will have to use a method called as fill oval because the pupil will be dark color. So let's set color. Okay, so I will just say G dot set color. Okay, and let's say the color that we set is set color. The color is, because the background is black. Okay, so the color that we set is say brown, or okay, let's say blue. Okay, and then I'll use a method called as fill oval method, and I will say G dot fill oval. G dot fill oval. Let's say 68 comma 81 comma 10 comma 10. Width will be 10 and height will be 10. Now please note, this width and height I have taken height we have taken same because ultimately this oval, the shape that we are going to draw is a circle, and that will be filled, and that represents the left pupil of the eye. Okay, so this is the left pupil of the eye. Let's see whether, yes, so this is the left pupil of the eye. Then we will draw the right pupil of the eye. So I will copy this same, paste it here, fill oval. Again see, the shape, the circle, the dimensions of width and height will be same, only these values will change. Again y value will remain same. Why? Because the horizontal level of both the pupils should be same. Now this value will change. So for the right pupil I will just say 121 value, and this is the right pupil that we are drawing. Right pupil, I'll save this. Let's see whether, yes, so we have two eyes and two pupils. Okay, let's continue. Then we will draw a nose. So for drawing a nose, again draw oval. So I'll say G dot draw oval. Okay, the value of x will be 85, y value will be say 100, and the width of the nose will be 30, and the height of the nose will also be 30. Okay, so this is the nose. Yes, so this is the nose. You can even have something like a triangle to specify the nose, that also you could have drawn, right? So this is a nose. Again, if you set some color and say fill oval, the nose will be colored. So you can just say copy, paste it here. Let me set this color to red. Yes, and instead of draw oval I will say fill oval. I'll save. So now it will appear as if it's the Joker's nose. Yes, something like this, right? Similarly, these eyes, the two eyes, the background color has appeared inside. So instead of, for left and right eye, instead of draw oval, we could just say fill oval. Here also you can say fill oval. Okay, and the color to fill will be G dot set color. The color will be white or something like that. Color dot white, or even you can go for dark gray or something like that. So that, yes, something like this. Okay, students can just go for curves and you can have eyebrows design, that is also fine. Now after the nose, okay, again I have to set the color. Okay, then let's go for mouth. Now for drawing a mouth, okay, we will go for a arc. Okay, so I will set the color for the mouth. So I will say G dot fill arc, and as you know, fill arc method, it takes how many parameters? The first parameter will specify the x, second will specify the y value. So x parameter will be 60, let's say, y value will be 125. Okay, then width of that particular arc. Okay, now whenever we are talking about arc, okay, you need to first specify the parameters of the oval. Now oval has x and y coordinates, the starting point, then it has width, and then it has height. So let's say width is 80 and let's say the height is 40. Okay, and now the starting angle we have to specify for the arc. Let's say it is 180, and the sweep angle is also 180. Fine. So this is the mouth, right? You can just set another color. Let's say G dot set color. Okay, so save, run file. Yes, so something like this. Now you can see this is the arc that is drawn. Now you can see that 60, 125 will be the starting point somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here, and you have the oval. Now, as you know, this is 0 degree, this is 90 degree. Now this is 180 degrees, so we have specified the start angle as 180. Okay, and that's why it has started from here. And the sweep angle is again 180. So from this point, it will take 90 plus 90, 180. So the arc that will be considered will be from here to here. Fill will just fill it with yellow color. So this is your mouth of the figure that we are drawing, and then we are supposed to draw the left and right ear. So I will just say G dot. Again we'll have to draw arcs. So I'll say G dot draw oval. G dot draw oval 25, say 92, 15, 30. Fine. So let's say this is left ear. So you can see the left ear here. Yes. Now you can see here 25, 92. So it is somewhere here, this point here, 25, 92. Then 15. See, when you are drawing oval, 15 is what? 15 is the width of the oval. So you can see 15 is the width and 30 is the height. So a small oval here, and here also we'll draw a small oval. Okay. So I'll copy this for the right ear. I will paste it here. Now for right ear, first of all, the width and height of the oval will remain the same. Y coordinate also will remain the same, only the x coordinate will change. Okay, so that will be say 160, so that it will appear to the right. So this is your right ear. Okay, save, and you can run this file. So that this is the shape, and now we can specify the outer oval that represents the face. You can fill it with some color. Okay, so that also you can do. So for this head that we have drawn, we can just set the color. You can say G dot set color. Okay, there is no skin color over here, so you can use some other color. Color dot yellow, white, red, pink, orange, light gray, green. You can actually choose any of these colors. So let's say dark gray color. Okay. So what you will have to do is, instead of draw oval here, you will have to say fill oval. Fill oval. So that will, yes, something like this. And even ear, instead of draw oval, you can say fill oval for ears. You will have to use the same color, light gray, and copy for both the ears. Paste, and instead of draw oval, you can say fill oval for the left ear and fill oval for the right ear. So this will somewhat look like a cartoon face. Just an example. Okay. This should be dark gray, not light gray. Color dot dark gray. Yes. So you can save this, and this is the final face, human face that we have drawn, a cartoon face, you can see, right? So this way you can use different methods that we have learned. Okay, you can use all these methods to come up with nice scenery and nice graphics on the applet screen. Fine. So next we will see how we can draw, okay, line graphs. Okay, now when you're talking about a line graph, in general, whenever we draw a line graph, the coordinate system says that the origin or 0 comma 0 happens to be over here. Okay, that is bottom left of the computer screen, right? But in applets we have seen that the origin of the applet, okay, happens to be the top left corner of the canvas, that is 0 comma 0. Now because of this, the same line graph over here that you draw on the book, this line graph would appear like this in an inverted form in an applet. That is because usually when we draw a line graph on the book, okay, theoretically the origin, that is 0 comma 0, happens to be over here, right? Whereas when you convert this same, or when you try to draw this same line graph on an applet, okay, it will appear in a tilted fashion, inverted fashion. Why? Because the origin is not over here, rather the origin is over here. Okay, now there is a small correction that we can do so that the graph will appear as it is. What is important is this line that is drawn. So for correction, what we will do is we will say y-axis values, new y-axis values are equal to the height of the display area. Now suppose the maximum height of this display area, if it starts with 0 here, maximum height is say 400 here, maximum width is 400 here. So let's say this entire applet is of 400 by 400. Okay, so the height of the display area will be 400. So the y-axis values, the new y-axis values will be 400, that is height of display area, minus the y-axis values. Okay, just an example. Suppose this is the table that is given to us to draw the line graph, wherein these are the x values and these are the y values, corresponding y values. Okay, now this is the original table that is given us to draw line graph of this type. However, when you are going to draw the line graph in applet, okay, this original graph will appear in a tilted fashion. So what we need to do is we need to modify these y values. Okay, so assuming that the above graph is drawn in 400 by 400 pixels, the height and width of that particular applet is 400 by 400, okay, wherein 400 is the depth, okay, wherein 400 is the height of the display area, assuming, okay. So the new y value that we come up with here will be 400, that is the height of the applet, okay, with respect to canvas area 400, okay, minus the original y value. So what will be the new value for this y? It will be 400 minus 0, so it will be 400. What will be the new value of this y? It will be 400 minus 120, so it will be 280. What will be this value? It will be 180 minus 220, 400 minus 180, which will give you 220. This value will be 400 minus 260, so that will be 140, and so on. So this is the new table that we get. This is a customized table so that the same line graph can be drawn in the exact fashion on the applet as well, right? Now whenever we want to draw a line graph, okay, whose table is given, okay, now this is the code that I have written, so we will just analyze this code. First of all, we have to convert this y values, okay, the graph that is given to us is with respect to the textual form, the original form, wherein the origin is 0, 0, that is over here, whereas in our applets we know that the origin 0, 0 happens to be the top left corner of the applet canvas. Okay, so this is the original table given to you. After doing this modification, the display area's height minus the original value, you get this table. And now this table you are going to input in your program, so in order to draw the line graph. So what I will do, I will create two arrays, x and y. x represents all the x values which are given to us. So 0, 60, 120, 180, 240, you can see 0, 60, 120, 180, 140. All the x values are inserted in the x array. All the y values are inserted in the y array. These y values are the modified y values, not the original y values. Then n is nothing but, so these are the points. So this is x, this is x1 comma y1, this is x2 comma y2, this is x3 comma y3, x4 comma y4, x5 comma y5, x6 comma y6, x7 comma y7, x8 comma y8. So how many points are there? So to find out how many points, you take a variable n. When I say x dot length, okay, length of this will find out how many points are there. So total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The length of x is 8. So we have 8 points. And then in paint method, we are going to just use this draw polygon method. Okay, and you are going to insert this x, y and n, and we will see how the graph gets generated. Okay. So what we will do is, I will show you the code now. I will write the same program in the NetBeans. I will take the same value, so you can, before seeing my program, you can write down somewhere these values, or you can take the snapshot of these values so that you can refer to these values. Okay, so I will be inserting the same values, okay, in my program, and I will draw the graph. Okay, so this is my original applet. So I will just change the applet. I am just setting the background color to black, or let's say some other color. So say background color is say yellow, and let's say the foreground color, that is the color of the line that we are going to see, it's a red. Fine. And I will have to change the code which is there in this particular paint method. Okay, now few things that I need to do. First, I will have to I will have to specify the value of x and y array. So I will say int x array equal to all those values which are given in the table for x, I am going to insert. So first value was 0, then 60, then 120, okay, then 180 was given to me, then 240 was given to me, then 300 was given to me, then 360, and last value was 420. Example, right? So these are the x values. Now int y, so let's see what are the modified y values now. These are the modified y values, that is the height of the display minus the y values have given me these values. So those values are 400, 280, I am just inserting the same values, 220, 140, 60, 60, 100 and 220. Fine. So these are all x and y values that are given to me in the table. Then int number of vertices, I'll say v is equal to x dot length, the length of x. Fine. And now in the paint method, I am going to only call the draw polygon method, g dot draw polygon. Okay, and in this draw polygon, I will be specifying x, y and the value of n. I will save this and let us run. Okay, I will just write v over here, not n. That's why it was not displaying the polygon. I will run the file. Yes. Now I think you can see. Okay, now you can see the line graph that is displayed. So this is the line graph that is displayed. As you can see, the point over here is 0, 400. The very first point that was given to me is 0, 400. So that is this point here. Okay, and so on. So it appears as the original graph. Okay, so this is how the line graphs can be drawn.